Hello everyone and welcome to the Chef's Table series. My name is Carol O'Connor, co-host of this instructional cooking show. We are on the road again. We are in Dedham. We are filming this cooking show at the Motherbrook Arts and Community Center on High Street. And today we have an old friend, Vinnie Marino, chef and owner of the Brick House Cafe. He and my co-host Joe Murphy will be making this amazing dish called shrimp Siciliano. It is filled with fresh pasta, mushrooms, shrimp, broccoli, and other herbs and spices. So let's bring Vinnie and Joe over to learn how to make this delicious dish.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Chef's Table series, which is produced through the Chef's Table Foundation. And tonight, we're very pleased to have an old friend. As a matter of fact, a videographer, film editor says that in all the shows we've done, Vinnie is in the top 2. And I said that's because he gives me the business and puts me down. But in any event, that's okay. Thanks, Chef, for coming tonight. We're very happy to have you here.
Mr. Needy, it's a pleasure.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Right out of the gate. Okay.
The only reason I'm here is because his daughter works for me. And she always told me if I don't come and help her daddy out, bye-bye. So I'm here because of Lisa.
Well, that's
not
good.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. This show is designed to be instructional. So what we always start off with is the term mise en place. Mise en place is a French term, but you will find this in every professional commercial kitchen. And it just simply means everything in its place. Now, if you notice, Chef has all his ingredients ready to go. They're all scaled out, okay, which may not be always scaled to what he needs, but because we're going to make one dish that there's enough here for a plated meal. So what do we have here, Chef? This looks like, is this pimento?
Pimentos.
Pimentos. Right. And then
extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Linguine.
Linguine.
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Shrimp.
And a Bianco sauce that is
a Bianco.
Is clam broth and garlic and oil. Rather than do the onions here, not having worked with electrical stuff,
right.
Could get a little hairy.
Yeah.
So I did it all in there and I blended it.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
And what Chef is telling you right now is on your sauce, you don't have to make it when you're actually cooking it. You could probably be fine in the refrigerator a couple of days.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You could keep it there a week.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then one of the other things, as he said, the garlic is already in the sauce. Otherwise, you'd see that as part of your mise en place. And many of you in our audience tonight have been to Vinnie's restaurant. We all love it. And he has some great dishes. And I believe you create all the dishes, don't you?
Most of them, right.
Yeah.
You know, I have a thing is that if I can't cook it, it's not coming out of my kitchen. And the reason being, you know, once it comes out and once people like it, I don't want no secrets, you know. And I had one of the kids he come up with some sauce for steak tips. So I says, Jose, how do you make that? I said, it's pretty good. So he says, no, I'm not telling. I said, well, I tell you all my recipes. He said, no. I says, well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $100. He says, no. I says, $500. No. $1,000. It's that good. I'm just busting his eggies. $100,000, Jose. No, I'm not giving no one up my recipe. Okay, fine. We're never using it again. Okay, I'll tell you. So yeah, it's a thing with me.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta know how to make it.
Yeah.
So
most chefs will give their recipes out, you know, even though we're kidding about this.
Yeah.
You know, because...
Well, today, Joe, more so than before, because they didn't.
Yeah.
Years ago, they did not do it at all. In fact, when I went to my very first restaurant, I used to own a nightclub called the Party Lounge in Rosendale, and it was a great place, and I had Fats Domino and Chubby Checker and all them people, not when they were famous, but maybe after or before. But I used to get on the Red Fez and eat all the time late at night. And then one of the waitresses, Dottie, said to me, Vinny, why don't you open a Middle Eastern restaurant? And I said, well, what would I serve you? She said, oh, there's shish kebab and everything. I said, shish kebab? Is it goat? Is it cow? What is it? I don't even know what it is. I eat it, but I don't know what it is. She says, don't worry about it. I'll run the restaurant. I'll do this. I'll do that. And I said, you know what? After 8 years of having more fights than Madison Square Gardens, I would love to get out of the nightclub business.
Right.
So I did. I converted it, and I opened up a place called the Casa Beirut, and we did Middle Eastern food. And we were fairly successful.
Oh,
we
yeah.
did pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, they have called a mercy meal when people pass away. And so we had the mercy meals, and the guy comes up and he says, the food is great. He says, what's your name? I said, Vinny. He says, Vinny what? I said, Vinny Moreno. He says, you're not Lebanese? I said, no. He says, oh, food was good anyhow.
Okay, Chef, why don't we get started?
Okay.
And we're going to make this dish.
We're going to start with the extra virgin olive oil.
Great.
Very good. As I said, I got to be very careful with this because I'm not used to working with electrical equipment, so I'm not sure of the temperatures.
Yeah, this, I want to say one thing about EVOO. If you're using it, and I use it all the time, I'll even fry with it, not deep fry, but I'll use it for doing cutlets and that type of thing. It has a very low smoke point so that it can burn very easily. But once you get to use it, to me, the flavor, it's just a great, oil.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
The thing that you got to really be careful is almost every Italian dish starts with garlic and onion. And if the oil is too hot and you put the garlic in and it burns right away, you'll blow the dish.
Right.
So immediately you got to hit it with one or two things, either white wine or some chicken stock or any kind of stock. But you got to stop that.
Right.
And you know what? If you don't stop it immediately, you can't fix it. So you don't even try.
Right, yeah.
But with this here, I'm supposed to start with garlic and onion, but I didn't tonight because, like I said, not knowing how this is going to react, I would rather skip it, and I put it in my Bianco sauce. So instead of going with my garlic and onion, which I would start right now, then I would hit with the white wine, reduce it. No, I'm going to go right with the shrimp.
With the shrimp.
I'm going to put the shrimp right in.
Right.
So
Yeah, if you're not used to cooking with garlic, Chef just gave you a great tip. Do not walk away from that pan once you throw the garlic in, because as soon as it goes beyond a golden color, if it burns, the whole dish is ruined. You have to start over again. Most things you can recover with, but not garlic.
Not the garlic.
Right.
And I would always suggest don't even try, because
Right.
you're going to just waste your time.
Right.
But actually, I'm more comfortable in the boxing ring than I am standing here cooking in front of people.
Really.
He would be a perfect opponent. He's blind. At my age, that's all I think I can go with.
That's it. Keep dumping on the co-host. My daughter will straighten you out tomorrow.
I know. I'll pay. I'm sorry, Lisa.
Okay. So
I told you
anyways,
vodka. This is water.
that's right. It is water.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to let you get too far out of control.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
in cooking, also remember, if you have multiple ingredients, just think through that recipe for a moment, because some things take a little bit longer than other things. So Chef started with the shrimp, all right? And you're going to get that to a pink,
I'm going to get it to be pink, yeah.
and then what, flip it over?
I'm going to
or-
flip it over.
Right.
And like I say, not knowing how this reacts to select, I just got it
Right.
on low. I'm going to have to, it's going to take a little longer than it would normally would with a gas, which I could adjust. But I can't see this, so I don't know.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
But, one of the other things is you don't have to overcook. A lot of people think, it's got to be really well done because it's not. But it doesn't have to be, because what you're going to do is you're going to flip this, and as you're cooking it, I'm adding my other stuff, it's still cooking.
Right.
So a lot of people, the mistake they make is they cook the shrimp or any product
Right.
before they start this. You don't have to. You shouldn't do that. You should be adding this as it's all cooking and all your flavors blend in together,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And you're a lot better off.
Now, Chef just gave you a great tip. You know, if you go to a great restaurant like the Brick House, you say, gee, I wish I could do that. Chef Vinny was just telling you, it's about building flavors, one on top of the other. And don't be afraid of a hot pan. I know Chef is being a little cautious tonight, but if you were in a professional kitchen, those pans are smoking for a number of reasons. Caramelization, which is flavor, but also they're trying to get your meal out in a timely manner.
Good point, Joe. In the Brick House, we got a very, very, very small kitchen, and we seat about 80 people. And some nights we'll do 5 turns, and
Wow.
it's really hectic with that small kitchen. Every one of our burners, 10 burners, has got a pan on it all the time, hot as anything. And as soon as they go to put their part, the oil will start right away. So it's boom, 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 boom. So you got to be like lightning with the
Right.
stock or,
Yeah.
or the wine to stop that. Because
Yeah.
like I say, everything is garlic and onions, just about everything, you know.
Right.
So he just turned this up for me, and so now it's got a nice bubbly.
Yeah,
So
just-
this is just olive oil.
Right.
And so you would be normally be using garlic and oil, but I got it in there today. And a lot of guys throw butter in it.
Yeah.
I prefer when I don't, but I'll tell you, butter never hurts.
But
It makes
yeah.
it better. It
well,
really
I'll
does.
tell you, butter
Yeah.
in a professional kitchen
Yeah.
is used when you finish your sauce, it gives it that nice shiny effect, as well as it does give you another level of flavor. But Vinny is very health conscious, so I'm guessing that's
Yeah.
why you don't like butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I used to do fast food, health food restaurants back in the 70s before it was in vogue, and so that's how I got it. I don't eat anything white, including Italian bread, all multi-grain bread, multi-grain pasta.
Now, Chef,
wheat
can I
pizza.
ask you a question?
You can ask me anything you want, Joe.
Thank you. In your restaurant, on your menu, do you have healthy choices
I
on
do.
there? You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's great.
I even have a couple with the calories and all that other stuff.
Oh, good.
I think there's a haddock dish that's the most healthy one with the calories and everything on it. It's got a
Excellent.
little heart
Yeah,
beside it,
yeah.
you know.
You'll see a lot of restaurants now, they have healthy choices. And, you know, some people are wheat intolerant, obviously
Yeah.
peanut, nut intolerant.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty,
I'm surprised that more restaurants don't give
Right.
you more of them choices, you know. In fact, I went all the way to San Francisco to find a multi-grain bread that I thought was not good, great. And believe me, if you ever come there and you have the multi-grain bread, I'm sure you'll agree. It's that good. you
why
know?
didn't you take me?
No,
No.
I can't afford you. But the other thing that I checked out down there was sourdough. I could never find out why we couldn't make sourdough the way they do in San Francisco. And I researched it, I found out it was the atmosphere in San Francisco. I never knew that. So I had to make a connection in San Francisco, and I did. I ended up getting hold of a purveyor that got stuff from San Francisco. I connected with this bakery called La Brea, L-A space capital B-R-E-Y, La Brea, and I get my sourdough bread and my multi-grain bread there. Oh, actually, it's whole grain, you know.
Yeah,
I love
great.
it. I love it.
Great.
It's really good.
Great.
So right now, this is bubbling. The mushrooms are starting to caramelize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if like I say, most guys would throw a pat of butter in that. You know,
Right,
but
right.
like I say, I'm a little reluctant to, but it wouldn't hurt. But we're gonna hit it with
already?
the Bianco sauce now.
Okay, great.
So, like I say, I've done all this. You guys would not be doing this. You'd probably be doing it one by one with the Bianco sauce, and which is basically clam juice, garlic, onion, all.
Do you do
pulsified.
white wine or?
White wine's in there too. White wine, clam broth.
Right.
Yeah.
But you cook off the wine first. So if you're a beginner home cook, just cook that alcohol off first. And you can tell by the smell once the alcohol leaves.
it'll go away immediately, you know?
Right.
In fact, if you put the wine in and it doesn't flame up, you should basically tip your pan, let it hit that
Right.
and flame it, because you do want to get the alcohol out of there.
Right.
Because if you don't do that and the alcohol's in there and the wine, it's not going to taste right.
Right.
You know, it's gonna.
Yeah, so Chef just gave you a great tip. I would caution you on tipping that pan up. Just remember, you're going to get a blast of flame. So be sure that you have a great either tile or something on the wall so that that flame isn't going to explode. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Well,
All right,
one of the
Chef.
good things about a dish like this here, this is called shrimp sicilianos here. So what it is mushrooms, broccoli,
Right.
roasted red peppers, you know, and linguine.
Right.
Now, you can always change it up a little bit. You can throw chopped tomatoes in there. I mean, this is something I do all the time. Some nights I'll run a special and it'll be chicken and shrimp Siciliano. And the chicken, you can grill it, you can saute it, you can fry it with breading, so you have chicken and shrimp. Another night, you might want to throw some clams in there. All you got to do is take the clam, put it right in that sauce. Wait till the clam opens up, boom, serve it. Simple, very, very easy. So you get shrimp and chicken, chicken and clams. I mean, you can make all kinds of combinations of this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So
and
it's-
that's one thing, Chef, I like to talk about.
Yeah.
Remember, culinary arts, it is an art form. You know, everybody has a little bit different taste and a different palate. And if you know your family may like a hot type sauce, then you have free license. Use salt, don't use salt, add chicken.